Hello YouTubers, I'm going to bring you vintage audio surprise today, so hopefully you'll enjoy my video and leave some comments below. Tell me what you think. Right, so here it is. I'm going to say, can you guess what it is yet? I'm armed with my coffee. I plugged it in, fired it up, and what happened? It's an 8-track. Yes, I found a peerless 8-track. Look how beautiful it is. £5 at car boot sale. So, the very next week, so a different car boot sale, because I had to bring this back from England. At a different car boot sale, I managed to find some 8-track tapes. So we've got Shirley Bassey. Have we got Shirley Bassey? No, we haven't got Shirley Bassey. We've got Dionne Warwick, Dean Martin. We have some rock and roll, Little Richard, Elvis. Got some rock and roll. Glenn Campbell. Some more rock and roll. I fired up this beautiful peerless. Put her on my amp, my trusty Pioneer. Put her through my lovely Wharfdale vintage speakers. Fired her up, and guess what happened? She worked beautifully. Sound was lovely. Golden toned, rounded sound, and she worked a treat. Okay, so that's what happened. And then what happened after about 4 hours of lovely rounded sound listening, I put in this one. John Denver is to blame for all of my problems now. I put in the John Denver tape, and that's what happened. It chewed. I must admit, the cassettes were pretty roached anyway, so I'm looking for some more 8-track cassettes if anyone's got any. Oh, here comes my cat. And in total dismay, like the cat that's going beep, 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 total dismay, Bubba, the food's on the side, the tape chewed. And then after that, my 8-track don't work. So yeah, I've got a beautiful 8-track. The good thing is, having brought it all the way home, having paid very little money for it, knowing that it actually works, because it worked for a good 4 hours, all that's wrong with this beauty is the fact that some of the tape is stuck inside. So I'm going to be doing a repair job on the 8-track, knowing that it works, knowing that it sounds great. It's going to be a repair job on the 8-track. But today I'm literally just going to go through the audio that I've managed to pick up over the last couple of weeks. So that is the vintage 8-track. It is a hot day in Spain today. So basically, John Denver, you are a pain in the butt. Sadly gone, but I did enjoy his music. But this tape has wrecked my 8-track, and this just might as well go in the bin. But I have 5 more to play with. I have an 8-track to repair. Like I said, it's just going to be that some of the tape is stuck in there, so that's going to be on the repair bench later. I'll pop these to one side. Never worked on an 8-track before. Have worked on some tape players, and the tape players that I've worked on, I know this was working. I'm going to swap this over and show you what other vintage audio I've managed to find. Bugger it. I actually miss that 8-track so much. Instead of showing you the other stuff that I've found vintage audio wise, and I have got an enormous surprise for you, I'm going to take the top off that 8-track and see if we can repair it now, because I missed the sound of that already. So first of all, I'm going to make sure that my amp is not connected to my 8-track. Okay, so I'm going to pop the amp to one side. I'm going to unplug it. Make sure it's completely out of the way. I'm going to unplug the 8-track as well. And let's see what we can do. Let's put this. I'm a bit limited by on space, so I'm going to make a, because I use this for my motorbike repairs as well. Too much stuff in the way, so I need to have a dedicated audio area, I think. And let's move this amp and let's get to work on that 8-track, see if we can get it back to life. So the amp can come out of the way. I think I've managed to leave the speakers there. They're still connected to the amp. Let's put the amp up there. You know a cat's going to come along and jump on that. But I think we should be all right, pretty balanced. I've got the rubber mat on there just to make sure that I scratch the top of it. So we're unplugged. We're not plugged in, we're unplugged. Speakers are not even out of the way, are they? Let's move it all along a bit. Right, that is my mission this week. I'm going to get a dedicated area for my audio repairs. Put that there. I might just actually move down the bench this way, might be easier. It might have been easier just to move this way in the first place. Leave that amp carries balance for the speaker because I know my cats are going to jump on it. They're like little rat bags. Okay. Holy moly, what has Debbie got there? Ta-da! This is pretty much a gem. My friend sent me a message, sent me a photo and said, Debbie, you're still looking for vintage audio? And I was like, yes, I am. But as soon as I saw the photo, I went, oh, wow. Me. Here it is. It is an enormous vintage valve radio. We've got a Loewe, German make, Loewe Opta Atlas, and this is just extreme beyond belief. It's literally like a barn find because it is filth. It is filth, but you know, it might be filth and it might be roached, but believe it or not, it's supposed to be working. So I'm going to plug her in, see where we get to. I've had a sneak peek behind the back of it, which I'm going to take you to look at the sneak peek, and I don't think anything's ever been changed in this. So we've got a Loewe vintage radio. I do like to have a look at the plug before I do anything, after the bad plug that I had on the other valve radio. Always use I always use a socket bar with a switch on it. So let's have a look, see if we get anything out of this Loewe radio. Not showing any signs of life. This is the control for the radio. And this is the, I don't even know what the on-off is, but there seems to be diddly squat. There's so many buttons. So many buttons. I've done a little bit of YouTube research on it, and it is a beast. It's an absolute beast. Let's turn it around, have a look at the back of it, see if anything's glowing or shining in there. Like I said, I did take a little sneak peek at the back of it because I didn't want anything to fry me. So we turn it around onto the back. I didn't want anything to fry me because it's obviously been sitting quite a while. Now I know that these two open it, but they're both, I'll show you how to do that later. I'll get this board to flick out and see if anything's actually glowing in there. Don't think there will be because it looks a bit dead as a dodo. Can I take that off of there? It's just an aerial wire. Is that just a hook? Not sure. Let's see if I move the camera. The back. I'm going to turn her off because there is nothing going on in there. But take a look. Nothing going on. But I can see from here that there is an internal fuse. So the fact that I've got it disconnected from the power supply, I'm going to grab my multimeter and just see if there's anything going on with that fuse. I think I can poke the, let's put her on beeps, let's have a little bit of continuity going on. Let's put her on beep mode. I reckon we've got to go for, there we are, we're on continuity mode. So we're just going to check whether that, fuse is intact or not. So pop, you can see it up there while I stick the probes in. All the power's off and everything. Let's see. I know I'm going to have to do like a full clean of this before I start working on it, because if anything's shorted out, it will be from the extreme amount of dust in it. But let's see if that fuse is blown or not. Oh, there we go, the fuse is wide open. So luckily I have got some slow blow glass fuses, and that's going to be the way forward on that one. Might need some of your advice, probably will need your advice on this one, because I haven't worked on valve radios. I've got another one sitting in pieces waiting for me to work on it, but I haven't actually worked on valve radios. I've worked on a lot of mixing desks, I've worked on amplifiers, speakers. My challenge now is to learn how to work on valve radios, and that's going to be my mission. I'm going to be swatting up on YouTube as to how to work on them. So that is my extremely beautiful long-term project. It's going to be a long-term project. I've got to say, I'm already grateful for the people that have liked and subscribed to my channel. If you want to give me a like and subscribe, I'll be extremely grateful. I'll grab my coffee so I can have a quick little chat with you. Yeah, it's quite nice to be welcomed into the the vintage valve audio world. Any advice, please put it in the comments below. This is going to be my long-term project. I should probably practice on the other one first. Been a little bit busy because I've been doing other projects. The GSX-F is ready. Literally just got to insure it now. The GSX-F is done, and then I've got to take it for an MOT. So that project's done. I'm still working on the trials track project. You might see quite a lot of different varied videos from me, but I do a lot of different varied things, so I can't really stay in one little niche because I get easily distracted. It's like when I do start working on something, before I start working on it, I kind of need to clear the area because I've always got something else going on. I'm absolutely delighted with the 8-track. That's going to be the one that I'm going to work on this afternoon. This is going to take second place because I don't want to mess this one up. I pretty much know what I need to do with the 8-track. Just take it apart, get that tape out of it. This is my long-term project just because it's just so beautiful. And I can't believe that's literally only paid €40 for this. I mean, it is a massive beast. Is it a beast? No, it's a massive beauty is what it is. And it's going to sound... I've been binge watching it. If your low Atlas video count has gone up on YouTube, it's me. Because I've been binge watching them since getting this a couple of days ago. So let's enjoy the journey with this one. You can follow me along on the journey. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Just in the comments below as well. I've been using vidIQ as well to improve my little channel, and it's helped me with like the thumbnails and the titles. All my YouTube stuff has been really learnt from scratch. I had to learn how to do the videos, how to edit them and that, so that was quite a challenge. I kind of getting there now with the videoing. Now talking on camera is a bit of a nightmare, but you know, that's one of them things that I'm going to overcome. So I've learnt a few new little features, but vidIQ has been helping me with their little app. There's a link below to the vidIQ app, and I've got to say it did help me immensely. So you'll see some improvements over the next few weeks, I'm sure. But I'm going to put this baby away and show you the next one that I've found recently. Can't stop me talking once I get going, so this time I have actually got my coffee. I like to live on coffee. Had the opportunity, actually from the same place that I got the Loewe, for a little, what is it? Can't remember what it is. It does say on it what it is. Roberts, oh it's Bush, not Roberts, it's Bush. A little Bush transistor radio. Now when I got this, okay, the handle's loose. It does need a good clean. The handle's loose, so I need to sort that out. And I went inside. You've got a close and an open here, so we go around the open way. Went inside and I pulled out the battery. I'm going to show you the battery that I pulled out. I've hidden the battery that I pulled out. Okay, I'm back again. This, always black cat. This is the battery that I pulled out. Pretty much that's not going to work. So there's no point because it's just absolutely collapsed. Looked online. Oh my God. How much are these batteries? Absolutely a small fortune. I think it was 47 euros batteries. I mean, I only paid a fiver for the radio. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? 47 euros for a battery. Paid a fiver for the radio. And I put it to one side. So I put it to one side. I am a big fan of car boot sales and garage sales. Well, literally within 2 weeks, I'm going to convert it. That's what I'm going to do. I've got a little conversion kit on the internet for putting AA batteries in. So that was my plan. My plan was I'm going to convert it so it can take a cheaper battery. But then what happened? I went to a sale. And came up with this. I was like, oh, this is the Roberts. This is Roberts radio. As you can see, I haven't even cleaned it yet. But lo and behold, the Roberts radio, when I opened him, and it is easy to open him, literally pull that down and the bass pops out. But I turned it on at the garage sale. I did turn it on and it was working. When I got it home, I thought, I wonder if the battery's the same. So you see there's no battery in here now because I've robbed it. I have robbed the battery out of this one because it was still working when I bought it at the garage sale. So, as you can see, I've got a lovely sparkly battery. So, pop that back in there. Close the door, so to speak. On off. Obviously not tuned in. Might not tune in here as well because I've got a metal roof. On top of the metal roof there are tiles which cools it down immensely. But this radio does work. You can see it in one of my other videos of when we had the power outages in Spain. This one's a worker. I'm going to turn it off because you're just going to get the noise. Oh, it's turning it up. This one works. And the Roberts one works. But because I'm sharing batteries on them, I'm still going to go for converting the batteries for this lovely pair. And what a lovely pair they are. So we've got a Roberts Rick 2 and we've got a Bush, I think it was, oh, it's a TR130. So two lovely little vintage radios. Both showing the same battery at the moment, but they both going to need a good clean. Going to do individual videos for both of them. Going to be giving them a good clean and going to be converting them so they can take a adapter for the battery because we can't be paid 47 euros for a battery. God forbid. If I pay that out, I might miss some other little bargains. There is a car boot sale on tomorrow. I've been told there'll be no more vintage audio. Like I've come up with a plan for that, because once I get into something, I'll get quite addicted. Well, I've come up with a plan for that. I have more than a number of industrial sewing machines. I think we're now actually totaling 4. So you can see why I get told there'll be no more broken vintage audio. Well, I've got 4 now working because I've fixed them. 3 industrial sewing machines and 1 antique sewing machine. I think I can part with 3 of them. I'll just keep the 1, only for work purposes. So I'm going to keep 1, I'm going to part with 3 of them. Then there can be no reason not to have more vintage audio. And that's what I'm going to bring you up next. I'm going to bring you up some more vintage audio. So keep watching. And I said there's going to be some repairs along the way. So that's the 8-track. I've shown you the 8-track. I've shown you the 2 vintage radios that I've managed to pick up. All absolutely dirt cheap. And just the star of the show just has to be my Loewe. And there's my cat. There's one of my cats. Okay, next on the bench is a Yamaha receiver. It's a Yamaha Natural Sound stereo receiver RX 396 RDS. Anyone got a RX 396 RDS? Does she work? Don't know. She's a bit dirty and grubby and grimy. So she's going to be in for the clean up. Going to pop her onto the amplifier, see if we can get some sounds out of this beauty. And we're going to go for, I think we're guessing at 1990s. I did initially think 80s, but then we're a bit digital up here, so we're going for the 1990s. I'm going to fire her up on the amplifier and see if we can get some sounds out of her. Oh, anything happening? Let's have a look. Let's always turn the amp down. Let's put the power on. The power's on. Can't see it very well, but the power light is on. I've got it hooked up at the back. I've got the volume here. Put CD. Let's put it on tuner. Aux, tuner, tape, monitor, stamp. Oh, let's turn her on. Let's not forget to turn her on. Looks like we've got some signs of life there. It is hot today. It is hot. Let's have a look. We haven't got an aerial, so we need to fix up an aerial. But that is looking good. Right, tuner, AM, FM. Oh, it all looks a bit digital to me. That's rather scary. I'm not a digital girl. Right, bass speakers on. Where's the tuning? That's that. So we've got speakers A and B, on and off, A, B. So yeah, it takes 4 speakers. I've only got 2 hooked into it. Tuner, CD, tape, aux, in the aux, up and down. Oh, we're going to have a look into that a bit more to how it actually operates. Hopefully you've enjoyed the last video on the vintage audio surprise. Next video up is going to be repairing the McCulloch. So I've had that in pieces today and it has been hot out there. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and stay tuned because I'm going to be repairing the lawnmower, and it's probably long overdue, but join me in the next video. Thank you for watching.